From the studios, it's Euroyard. We're back to the ESC Top 400 Countdown, 1956 through 2025. So we did this in early 2026 prior to the 2026 contest. Of course, after the 2026 contest, this list probably will change in some way. But right now, today, we are dealing with songs on the list, numbers 325 through 301. So by the time we get to the end of this video, we will have given you the first 100 out of the top 400. And of course, we're now going to remind you how we settled upon all of this. So Euroyard, of course, we've watched or listened to every song in the contest, including the ones from the pre-qualification for Mill Street in 1993 and the ones that didn't qualify. So that totals up to 1,757 songs that we rated based on overall impression and engagement, vocals, composition and lyrics, and staging. You know the deal if you've watched the other videos, and if you haven't, go back and watch them. You go to our YouTube channel, and we have all of the videos arranged there, the ESC Top 400. So let's move on. Number 325, getting us started. This is Nitor by Sigga. This is Iceland, 1994. So looking at it, you might think, well, that means nature. No, it means night. Nitor, it's nights. So Sigga was a 3-time Eurovision participant who also sang one of my favorite Icelandic entries ever, which you haven't yet seen on this list, but you're gonna. So she had a great big voice on display. Her really big vocals, I think, helped to make this song what it was. And again, just to remind, we're only going to give very brief overviews of what we liked about these songs, and when we get to do the annual reviews of each contest, we'll get more in detail about how we scored them. So number 324 on the list, this is Israel 1973. The song was A Sham by Elanit. So the song title means somewhere. This was Israel's first entry in the contest. The guy playing the piano in 1973, he kind of looked like Charles Nelson Riley. That's neither here nor there. So she had more big vocals on display, and this was just kind of a respectable 70s pop song. It came in fourth, and I think it was largely on her own efforts, and it was deserved as far as I'm concerned. Now, number 323, this is Malta, 1991, and the song is called Could It Be? So the first verse of this duet here, it almost sounded like it was from the Lion King soundtrack before the Lion King soundtrack even existed. Kind of impressive. This was the third song in a row here that had big vocals, which I think carried the song. I really do love the chorus of this one. It was so early 90s, maybe late 80s, but so early 90s. I couldn't love the chorus anymore if I tried. We move back to Iceland for number 322 on the list. This is their 1999 entry, All Out of Luck by Selma. So this song damn near won Eurovision in 1999. It is a change up for the last few that we showed you. Those ones featured big vocals that just powered through the song. The vocals in this song weren't as bold, but the beat was much more energetic. I mean, God, I just love the 90s. It was a great time to be alive. And if you weren't there, you missed out. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can impart to you. You missed out. We go to Denmark in 2006, and this one, number 321, was Twist of Love. And I will freely admit, I love this song. I'm a little insulted that it came in 18th, probably because the style of music was maybe a little antiquated for many of the audiences back in 2006. But as a Eurovision song, there really wasn't much like it that preceded it. And Denmark brought the fun here. I thought she did a good job conveying the twist there. I felt it. I wanted to do it. I didn't, but I wanted to. So now for number 320, it's Portugal again. We go to their 1984 entry, Silencio e Tanta Gente. So this song translates to silence and so many people. I almost can't believe that this song came in 11th. It was a really good song. Back to big vocals here. Maria, she was playing the piano during this song as well, which it's a big help to your act if you can pull it off. And I thought she did. And once more, 11th was a low placement, I think, for this song. And now we move ahead 25 years to 2009. So this was Bosnia and Herzegovina's entry. Number 319, it's called Bistra Voda. and that means clear water. So if you heard the melody and you watched this contest back in 2009, you would probably recognize this song. It looked as though they were wearing like these old style white military uniforms. They had the drums there too. There was a clear artistic vision, I think. And the lead singer, he nailed the vocals. So you put it all together and it was a really good presentation. So number 318 on the list, we take you to the present, France 2025. The song is Maman by Luan. And of course that means mom. And like I said in the last video, and I'm going to say it in future videos, I know because I've already looked at the notes. France knows what they're good at. The hourglass illusion that she did, it was different, and I think it mostly worked. Now, when the sand was blasting at her back, maybe that didn't work. It wasn't the most appealing visual. But the rest of it, I think, did. A good ballad. She had stage presence. What else is new for France? The French turned out another good ballad here. Unfortunately, didn't win, but they did a good job with it. And now we move backwards to 1987 for Germany's entry that year. Number 317 on the list, Lass die Sonne in dein Herz, and this means let the sun into your heart by Wind. And Germany sent this group a few times to the contest. They usually did very, very well. They nearly won again in 1987, but I believe they came in second place. Good luck beating Johnny Logan. That wasn't going to happen. This song was bright. It had a little bit of a reggae vibe to it, which that did happen at Eurovision before this, but to be completely honest, this was better than those songs. So now number 316, and this is not a typo. This is Monaco 1969. The song is called Maman, Maman by Jean-Jacques, and the song title means mom. Mom, again, not a mistake, and it's total coincidence that this was only 2 spots separated from the other song called Maman. Now, Jean-Jacques, for 12 years old at the time, his vocals were quite good. But beyond that, the song sounded bright and fast-paced, especially to start. Though the imagery in the lyrics is actually quite sad. It's about him growing up and his mother's getting old. So the song, it takes you on a journey, and that is what I'm looking for here. So Portugal 1986. Portugal's been on here a lot, and they're going to be here more. Trust me. Number 315. This is a song by Dora, Não Sejas Mal Pra Mim, or Don't Be Mean to Me. So Dora is my underrated queen. I love her singing. Her hair ain't all that, but remember, it was 1986. Give her a break. What do you want to do? This seemed to fit right in with the contemporary pop of the time, and it had a great beat. So 1999, the Netherlands gives us song number 314, One Good Reason. Now, this song came in 8th place in that contest. The chorus to this one, I think, is pretty epic, at least if you love 90s music. And I do, and you should, but if you don't, you should know that there are people out there that can help you. 1999 gave us some really good songs, and there are more yet to come from the 90s. We ain't done with the 90s gold yet. Speaking of gold, let's go to number 313. We stay in the Netherlands, 1988. This is Shangri-La, and this one can go right into that 80s gold folder. The boxy neon floor really brings home the 80s-ness of it. And yes, I know everybody had the same boxy neon floor in 1988, but it really does set that 80s scene very well with this song. The lyrics mention a folding screen of rice paper. So even though it does get kind of repetitive at times, you do get goodies like that in there as well. So now we back up to Sweden, 1981 for song number 312 on the list. This is Björn Skifs, the great Björn Skifs. His song Fångad i en dröm, or Captured in a Dream. So this song is a great intro. I expected nothing less of Björn Skifs. I guarantee that you've heard some of his music, so it shouldn't really come as a surprise that he would end up on a list like this. I guess I would call this song a power ballad. It has solid beat, good vocals, definitely one of the better songs of 1981. So I don't know, maybe a little bit of controversy here. We go to Malta, 2021 for song number 311 on the list. This is Je me casse by Destiny, and that title means I'm out of here. The song was in English, the title was in French. Like I said, might be a little controversial, but I did like Destiny's performance. In 2021, she served entertainment, but she also had a good stage presence. And what I mean by that in this context, she sang with some authority. She owned the stage when she was performing. She was the center of attention, and she was rewarded with 7th place. So number 310, here we go. Finland, 1976. Pump Pump by Freddie and the Friends. Now, this is not Finland's best song, but definitely one of its most iconic. Freddie had a big voice, and this actually was his second appearance at Eurovision. Spoiler alert here, I actually think his first one was better, but this song was way more fun, and if you ask anyone what was Freddie's song at Eurovision, they'd probably say this one. I mean, it was camp overload. It couldn't have been more 70s if it tried. And now we have a winner in 1958 from France, song number 309. This is Dors mon amour by André Claveau. The song title means Sleep, My Love. Now, we try to keep things mostly positive going through this list. Obviously, the guy won. Obviously, he did well. I will disclose that I don't think this song should have won in 1958. I think it should have been up there, but not necessarily win. There was unrecognized greatness in that contest in 1958, and you might have to watch pretty close to the end of this list to find out what that was. Now, as for André Claveau, he had a smooth voice, and I really can see why it did well. I think it just worked for the juries, and that's why he won. And now we zoom ahead 60 years to 2018 for Estonia's song number 308 on the list. This is La Forza, which obviously means the Force, and we're not talking about Star Wars. Sometimes the vocals in a Eurovision song are just too good to ignore, and that is going to happen here a bunch, especially as we get further up the list. So Elena, she did the same thing with her staging that Aliona Moon did with her dress for Moldova's 2013 entry, as in projections on the dress. But Elena's vocals were otherworldly, and they were technically excellent. And now we go backwards in time. France 1983 has song number 307 on the top 400 list. This is Vivre by Guy Bonnet. So the song title means living. Now, this is another one where we had piano, and the piano is a part of what made the song memorable. The melody was also a part of it, but to me, the biggest part of what made the song memorable were Guy's vocals. You add all that together, though, and you had a top 10 entry. In 1983, I think it was a deserved top 10 entry, though this song, part of the reason it's not higher, it ran against some really, really good songs in 1983. I don't think the 1983 contest was well hosted, but there were some great songs in 1983, and you will see those further up the list. Now, number 306, a song that you all probably remember. This is Italy 2019, Soldi by Mahmood, and the title means money. So again, we try to keep it mostly positive on this list. Obviously, I think he did really well for himself. I will disclose that I hated the staging. I just straight up hated it. That staging probably costed 100 spots on this list, and I'm not even kidding. At the same time, musically, this song broke some new ground at the contest. Whether you want to call it Italian hip-hop or Italian R&B, whatever you want to call it, we ain't ever had that at Eurovision before. So he was definitely a trendsetter here. And I will say, too, another big part of the reason that this song is on this list is because Soldi is undeniably catchy. So now, number 305, back to Estonia, their 2009 entry here. This is called Randajad by Urban Symphony. And the song title means either migrants or the nomads. So you thought that Alexander Rybak was the only person to bring a violin to Eurovision in 2009. Well, that ain't true, because these people did as well. And I would classify this song as just all around good, like consistently good. The vocals were a check. The instrumentation was a check. The melody was a check. And the vibe was a check. So now we go to Sweden, 1996 for song number 304 on the list. It's called Den Vilda by One More Time, and this song means the wild one. So I'm flagging myself as an American here, and forgive me if you don't get the reference. You can just skip ahead a little bit. But when I first saw this, I thought that the two ladies singing, I thought it was Anna Gasteyer and Sherry O'Terry doing an SNL bit. It turns out that these two people who were definitely Swedish and not American comedians, they did a pretty good job for themselves. I thought they harmonized well, and the song just consistently built up, and it got where it needed to go. Now, number 303, we have another winner here. This is Belgium, 1986, 303, J'aime la vie by Sandra Kim. Song title means I Love Life. Now, she was 13 years old at the time that she won the Eurovision Song Contest, and if you've seen our trivia reels on the YouTube channel, then you would know that already. Though, to be fair, she did have a lot working for her. So pulling off a song like this as a teenager and doing well, not to mention winning, that is hard to do. I will say that I think that her modern, revamped performances of this song are really good, and I probably like them better than I liked her 1986 version. But her 1986 version obviously did well for itself. Just 2 to go now in this list. Number 302, we go to the UK in 1971. The song is called Jack in the Box by Clodagh Rogers, and I think that outfit that she was wearing was very memorable. She had those pink short shorts. I think you could see those sparkles from space. The song was fun, maybe a little campy, but it was the 70s. What else is new? That's exactly what you would expect. I think that they were trying to go kind of the same route as Lulu in 1969. Obviously, it didn't have the same success, but I got some of the same vibe. And like that one, I thought it was good. And now the last one on this list, number 301. This is Romania 2005. This song is called Let Me Try. And if you like fun, then you probably like this one. It was good. It had a fast beat. I like the staging concept with the oil drums. That's different. One thing I noticed here too, I will give her a lot of credit for, the vocals were just as good on stage as they were in the studio version. That is definitely not always the case when you listen to a song and then you hear it on stage. Sometimes the vocals in the studio version are better, but this song did require some big vocals, and she actually sounded just as good on stage as she did in the studio version. So good for her. So 100 songs down, 300 to go. Your next batch of 25 is coming soon at Euroyard. Like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. We'll see you soon.